Welcome. You are listening to The Travel Winds, hosted by Pete Kotzbach. This is a weekly interview show about people who travel for work and all the ups and downs that go along with it. Here we go.
Welcome to the Travel Winds podcast. Today, my guest is Lorraine Lewis, the powerhouse singer extraordinaire of Vixen, of Femme Fatale past round. I mean, I could keep going because you have the casting background. You have the country music background. Because we could go to Hell of a Woman. We can do some of the great songs. How are you today, Lorraine?
Hi, Peter. I'm so happy to be here. We've been trying to do this for a while, so I'm very happy to finally be in a place where I'm not getting ready to leave tomorrow. My luggage, my packing is not all over, and I'm not pulling my hair out, losing my mind. So I'm happy to be here. It's great to see you. You're so handsome on camera.
On camera, you're like not.
No, in person also. I met you at Britt's birthday party. Yes.
Yeah.
You're super handsome. That's when you're supposed to say, well, you are very attractive as well, Lorraine.
You are obviously beautiful. It's all about the pilates, the Pilates, which helps you.
It really does. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I went yesterday and the day before. I'm going to go again tomorrow. So yes, life is good, but yes, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for being patient.
Oh, I have to be. I always tell people that's the curse and bane of my show is I like talking to people that travel for work, and unfortunately, they're traveling for work quite often. So I have to be patient.
Exactly. And most of the time when I am traveling, I usually have a ponytail on top of my head. And so today, I feel pretty together. So,
for a day off, especially, right? For
a day off. Yes. But I'm doing this new thing. I actually, on my days off, I'm doing this new thing. I was going to tell you a secret. So I go and I get a wash and blow dry on my hair, and I put actual clothes on. And so I actually feel like a person, because so often, especially with everything that went on, the last few years, it's like you just got so used to being in your sweats and your socks and not being, full on. And I really didn't like that. And so I have really made it an effort to, there's a guy right up the street. His name is David. He's my hair guy. He's really amazing. He's not too expensive. I mean, I could go 3 times a week if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So I just go, and it just puts me in a really good mindset for how I want to be in my mind and how I want to present myself to the world, because I'm tired of wearing those damn sweats and socks everywhere.
My wife and I, we kind of joke about that, saying, because I travel and I try and dress up when I travel, because if you go back to the 30s, 40s, 50s, it was a big deal to fly on a plane, and everybody wore suits and dresses and skirts.
Yes.
And now it's not that way.
It's not that way. And I really miss that, when I see those old photos and Pan Am and the Pan Am girls, and there was just a sexiness with it. It all kind of went a little bit hand in hand with the Playboy Mansion and all that kind of stuff. But I love that. And I miss that vibe. Although when I do travel, I wear Adidas. I wear some cool tracksuit that's comfortable, and I usually have boots on.
You're still put together. I've seen the pictures. Don't try. It might not be stage ready, but you're still dressed up.
Yeah, I do that. I like to try. I don't want to travel. I just want to feel good when I'm traveling. Yeah. It's exhausting. And I don't want to look in the mirror and be more exhausted. So yeah, I try to step it up a notch. So that's what I'm doing lately. I'm really doing my best to put a good foot forward, even if it's just me that's going to see me today.
Absolutely.
Like, it feels just way better than, here we are rolling out of bed.
Well, that kind of goes. I heard this during COVID, and it's pretty common, but they say make your bed, because you've accomplished something for the day. And if you can start your day by accomplishing a goal. Yeah.
Same thing with getting your ass to the gym or Pilates or whatever it is, or going out for a run. Like, it's good to just set the pace of what your day is going to be like, because I don't know if you're like me, I can easily just okay, we're living out of the bedroom today. We're living out of bed. And I do that sometimes too, especially when I'm right off the road. The first day back, this week, for instance, I worked out of my bed.
Yeah.
I stayed in bed. I made coffee. I'm working on a new TV show. I stayed in bed and I did everything from my bedroom. My boss has no idea.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As long as I get the job done is really what it's about. And I always do. And my nickname at work is I'm the closer.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I have a hat that proves it. It's in there somewhere.
That's a good nickname though.
Yeah.
I always tell my wife, because I do the same thing. Like I'm gone for 3 or 4 days, and she wants to go out. Yeah, because she's been at home for 3 or 4 days, and I'm like, I want to stay home.
No, right? Yeah, it's luckily right now I'm very, very single. So I don't have to negotiate any of that. And I get to do what I want and make my own rules. So that's very exciting. So yeah, I'm single, just so you know. Just
Throwing it out there.
Throwing it out there. It has been kind of under wraps for a while. But yeah, it's the ink is almost dry, as they say.
Okay.
So life is good. So let's toast to that, even though I'm this is what I'm opening.
I know. I got water.
I have water and I have an Izzy sparkling blackberry.
Similar to you, or I talk on my days that I'm working, but my second guest I ever had him for my show is a country singer. And I said, what should I do? He's a friend of mine. And I'm like, he's like, drink room temperature water. Don't have any Coke. Don't have anything cold, because it'll constrict your vocal cords and this and that. And I'm like, all right.
So cheers. Yeah. And I have water close by.
Cheers.
And what do I choose to do? I choose to move to the desert where the temperatures are extremely hot. It's extremely dry. It's really hard on the vocal cords. But here I am. I mean, I found a place that I like. So, oh, well.
Exactly.
I'm gone a lot. I travel a lot.
I was going to ask you, I know you just played out Fantasy Springs Casino out there. How was that in the dryness to be a singer?
Let me tell you.
That'd be rough, right?
That was a really tough weekend.
Outside 107.
Yeah, it was like 106 when we got out on the stage. And we were all drinking Gatorade and just doing our best to stay hydrated and cool and calm and collected. And then there was talk about, oh, well, we can wear shorts on stage. And I'm old school. There ain't no shorts going on stage for this one. I am all full on leather or faux leather or the jacket, everything. I'm old school. I can't come out on stage feeling half baked. I just can't.
I got you.
I just have to do the whole flipping thing. So I came out with an outfit. I had a jacket on. It was hotter than hell. When I finally, at the end of the night, and got to my room and undressed, I mean, that outfit was stuck to me.
Yeah.
I had the hardest time taking that off. It was crazy. And then it sat in the corner of the bathroom for a while. And then the next morning, I went to fold it up to put it in my luggage. It was still sopping wet. I mean, it was really a tough.
Wet.
Yeah, it was tough. And then I thought to myself, oh, well, this will probably be the only show that we do that the temperatures are this way.
Wrong.
But no. Then a week later, we went to San Antonio and it was just as hot, if not hotter, because the humidity was insane.
Yeah.
And again, outfit, leather jacket, all this stuff. And yeah, I died twice. But then the phrase is always what we always say to each other is, but did you die? That's what we always say, right? But did you die? Yeah, it really sucked. It was really hot. It was really terrible. But did we die? And we didn't. We really didn't. I mean, emotionally, I did.
Emotionally.
But yeah, it was crazy. I could not wait to get to Germany after that, because I knew the temperatures were going to be cold. I was like, anything is better than performing in the heat. It's tough. It's challenging. For sure. But, the show goes on.
Absolutely. I work at rodeos. I worked at a rodeo in Pueblo, Colorado. It was 104, 105. People were going outside of the convention center because they had a swamp cooler, but they weren't putting cool water in the swamp cooler. So it was blowing hot air onto us.
The worst.
So people were going out in 105 because it was cooler than inside. And I'm wearing cowboy boots, jeans, long sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do.
because that's what you do, because it's all a part of the ceremony and everything that you're
Yeah.
doing. I mean, my outfit, everything that I do, there's a reason for all of it, and it's getting into the mindset before I go on stage. It's a, I mean, I kind of have two brains, right? Like I have like rock star brain and I've got TV producer brain, and they work at different times. But to get in the mindset of going out on stage and commanding the stage and rocking the house, like there's steps, there's rituals, there's rings that have to go on, they're like, and it's like, heaven forbid that I can't find my Vixen pendant, which by the way, after the Hot as Hell show at Fantasy Springs, I could not find. This is a brand new one. I had to get a new one from Cher, Ross, and Bam, because I feel like I went delirious or something. I have no idea where my original.
So someone's got a keepsake.
Or it's in some luggage in some pocket of like, I was just mental and I just did something weird. I've done that before when I've done a lot of gambling. I love playing roulette. And so in Vegas, I used to do a lot of roulette. And I remember one night I'd been drinking and was up like quite a bit of money. And I do these weird things with my brain. I'm like, okay, I really want to make sure I know where I'm putting this money because I don't want to lose it. So I put it in some really out of the ordinary, weird place, thinking that makes sense.
So safe.
Next day I wake up and I have no idea what I've done. And it took me 2 days to find that wad of cash. Ridiculous. I know. So I think I did the same thing. I think I was like, oh, I'm kind of delirious. I'm falling asleep. I got to make sure that I put this in a safe place. I have no idea where it is right now, but I'm sure it's going to show up at some point. But the reason I'm wearing it, honestly, I haven't taken it off since they sent it to me because I'm so terrified of losing.
You don't lose the backup. Yeah,
and exactly. And this has to be on stage with me when I go out on stage, or we're not going to have a good show. I'm just. We all have this stuff that we do, and this is one of them. So
as worldly of a traveler as you are, I was really curious you had the success in the late 80s with Femme Fatale, touring with Cheap Trick and going out and doing all that. I believe it was an all male band except for you.
Correct.
And now you're with Vixen, which is almost an all female band.
Yeah.
What are the biggest difference? And also, a few decades in between. What are the biggest differences touring with an all male band versus a mainly all female band?
Great question. World of differences. I'll tell you the biggest difference. Those boys just wanted to get laid as much as they could.
Sure.
Okay. I had to be in a different wing of the hotel when we would be because I could not handle listening through the paper thin walls of a cheap hotel.
Yeah.
What was going on? Because of course, back in the day, we were on the piss poor Motel 6 tour with Femme Fatale, not a lot of money. And that's what we did. Red Roof Hotels, Motel 6. Excuse me. Okay, so it's funny that this is happening. I did read today that the air quality in Palm Springs is like bad. So that's what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to be in a different wing because I just couldn't handle it. And I need to sleep. Singers need to sleep. So I would say that's the biggest difference. With the girls, it's just more of a fun slumber party, we just have such a good time. But I will say also kind of a cool thing about traveling with the boys in the band is that I had the back lounge was my room.
Yeah.
I never have slept in a bunk.
But now you're just another girl.
Just one of the girl guys. Yeah. Just another one. But back then, I was treated really well. And I had the back room as my room. And it just was big and spacious. And no bunk for this girl.
So does your keyboardist get the back room now?
Hell no. No, he's usually driving.
True.
Actually, he's usually our tour manager and our driver. Although we do get different tour managers from time to time. But yeah, it's very different than traveling with the boys. And, both of them had their perks for sure. I mean, it was fun being the only girl in the band, just like the affection and attention.
You had 4 or 5 big brothers, right?
100%. And by the way, one of them is my real brother. The bass player was my brother. He still is my brother. Again, let's go back to the hotel stuff. Last thing I want to do is hear my brother. The female on the road. Hell no. No, I can still hear it. And can't.
That's a hard no.
That is not cool. So, yeah, but it was really fun being the only girl in the band, and just, I was treated so well by HK management and the record company, and just, I remember before getting on the bus and the tour, I remember Howard Kaufman, who was my manager at the time. I remember he and actually Tawny Katane too. She worked with HK management. And he told our tour manager, Wilf Wright, the phrase was, whatever she wants.
Yeah. And
I kind of like that, Now it's more of a democracy, and all of that is all great and good, but there's nothing wrong with what she wants.
the dictatorship. Yeah, I got you.
Very much fun. And again, I was treated really, really well. I have great memories of being in Femme Fatale and the touring and all the great stuff we did. Yeah.
Do you think, I'm really curious, because the traveling I did in my 20s and 30s, I was always for work. So I went there, got done, and left. Now I tend to appreciate where I'm going more now. Do you find that with traveling with Vixen?
Very much so. Very much so. I'm really doing my best to, I haven't lately, but I really have been trying to stay an extra day wherever we're going, so that I can really take in the scenery in the town. Because typically when we get in, we're exhausted. I'm exhausted. I just want to get to my room and just kind of chill out. So I've been trying to stay an extra day so I can see things. Or another thing I was doing for a while is I had hired this girl to be kind of my assistant, which, by the way, I'm looking for a new one that has some social media skills. But part of her job was to research the town that we were going to and find the 3 top martini bars in the area.
There you go.
And so that was kind of a thing for a minute. And I'd like to get back to that, just like if you go to some hole in the wall, like, where's the best martini you could get? Like, what is that like? What does that look like? And what are the people like that go there? So that's been really fun to do. So yeah, trying to see and boots to the ground of where I am, so that it's not just a big blur, because we've been busy this summer and I really want to take it in as best as I can, all the places and all the things, and mostly the people. I'm really more fascinated and want to touch the people that are there and find out what they're about and make a connection with the people. So, no better way to do that than sitting at a bar
and just sitting around talking to people.
Talk to people, talk to the bartender, all of that kind of stuff. So that's been really fun. I like that a lot.
Do you think, because you're famous enough to get some perks, but yet you're not famous enough maybe to not be able to sit at a bar and talk to people, right?
Correct.
I mean, like Taylor Swift can't go to a bar and just hang out because it would get swarmed.
Correct. Correct. And I love the anonymity for sure. But I also love it when I get noticed. Let's not lie. I was on a flight coming back to Palm Springs, and I happened to have the shittiest seat. Somehow I had the last seat on the plane. me, the last seat I couldn't even sit back or anything. I mean, it was awful. And I made really good friends with the flight attendant. And so she said, I heard that there's a band on this flight. And so we started talking. It's like, yeah, I'm the singer for Vixen. We started talking. And so then she left, and then she came back and she said, I really don't know Vixen, but I know Femme Fatale. She said, I Googled when I left, and she said, can I get you anything? It was a 35-minute flight. I posted about this on my story. On Instagram, and she said, can I get you anything you want? Because they weren't serving, because it was only a 35-minute flight, so they weren't bringing water or coffee or cocktails. And I said, oh, I'd really love a mimosa. So she put one together for me, and she left it in her station. And then she went to the front of the plane and kind of distracted, I think. And I went back there, and sure enough, it was waiting there for me. I sipped it for a second, and then it was just like, go. I just took the whole thing because I didn't know when she was going to come back, or was she going to get in trouble? Like, I just didn't really know. And so I just kind of threw it back like my old college days. And yeah, that made me feel really special and loved. It was really fun.
So that's pretty cool, though. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I said, you're just famous enough to get some of the perks without.
Yeah, that was one of those moments. And it really, I didn't feel so sad and that I was in that really crappy seat. It made my day. And we follow each other on Instagram, and I'm going to get her into a show next week, actually. So, you make friends along the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
If you ever get up to Portland, I have to look. It's been 10 years.
I was just there.
There's a really good martini bar up there.
Well, there's several. Which one are you talking about?
They only serve martinis. That's all they serve.
Okay.
And they had a book. When you were talking about martinis, I was thinking of it. They had a thin mint martini, and it tasted like a thin mint cookie. I was
yum,
like,
yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm all about Portland, and I'm all about martinis. I just literally got back from Portland 2 days ago.
Yeah, I opened up a boot barn store up there, and we all went out for dinner, and then they're like, "Oh, we got to go to this bar," and I go in there. I'm like, "It's just martinis. Like, that's all they serve."
I love it, and I'm sure that the glasses are chilled.
Yeah. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to send that over to you.
Yeah, send that over, because I'm going to be back there in October. My baby sister and my brother-in-law live there, and I go about every other month or every 2 months just to have that family bond. I mean, my parents left the planet. My dad left the planet about 10 years ago. My mom left 2 years ago. So there's no family-ish stuff anymore, really. But I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers, and I'm really close with. I have relationships with all of them, but I'm super close with my baby sister. She's a brunette version of me, and I really like her a lot. And
we'll make sure she hears this part.
Yeah, oh my God, I just got back, and we just had so much effing fun. When you bond with someone in your family that, you know how you grew up, everything. Yeah. She's seen my best and my worst. The thing I love about her and just family, when you have that, is no judgment, like there is not a smudge of judgment. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say, and nobody ever like freaks out, or like, they just accept me. And I'm pretty quirky, I'm pretty fun, but I'm quirky, and I'm a little odd sometimes, and I think a little differently. And I mean, like I said, I've been married 4 times. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I did not know that.
I've been married 4 times. Yes, I believe in love, and guys like me. What can I say? I've been asked many, many times. I've actually been asked to get married 6 times. I've only said yes 4. So, guys just like me, and young guys like me, and I like young guys. And so I've been married a lot, and they don't judge me for it. They just kind of know that I'm just like, love, love. He's cute, he's hot, love. And then it runs its course, and then you move on and what have you. But I just love that I have a safe place to go to always.
Yeah.
With
family.
Yeah. Especially my baby sister, and especially my oldest sister. Although, am I talking too much? Oh, wait, this is my interview. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a couple of weeks ago, there was all these storms here in Palm Springs, and my 3 sisters, so super close with the baby, super close with the oldest, close with the middle sister, not super close. But the beautiful thing that happened because of that storm is each one of them reached out to me to check on me.
Yeah.
And that felt so good to me, just to know that even though we don't, it's not like lovey-dovey all the time, but they all checked on me. And I felt a lot of love for that. And then to be able to go to Portland and hang out with my little sis, it was just super fun. We went to I didn't realize they messaged me and they said, "Oh, do you want to go see Living Color and Extreme? They're going to be in town."
That's
I was
where you
like,
saw it. Okay.
oh
You're
my
like,
God. Yeah, absolutely. So I actually reached out to Corey Glover because we had done the 80s cruise together with them a few months ago, and we actually sang together. It was me and Julia and Britt and him at a piano. I
nice.
posted about it on Instagram. Really, really cool. So I reached out to him and he said, "Of course I'll get you in." And so that was really cool. And then my sister and her husband were really excited. And so we went and had the best time. Oh my God, Living Color was amazing.
Voice still is amazing.
His voice is so good. Oh my God, he's so good. And he was going through the crowd and he was climbing on shit and hitting those notes and strong. He can have the mic like over here and he's still just, and you can just hear everything. He's amazing. So that was really fun. And then we saw Extreme, and I go way back with Gary. Gary was a best friend and in a band with an ex-boyfriend of mine that I'm just going to tell it like it is. I broke up with him the day before Femme Fatale went out on tour.
Okay.
I did that hardcore. Oh my God. But here's the thing. His name was Nigel. Nigel, I'm not sorry that I broke up with you, Nigel, because I had to do what I was going to do. I was new to this whole world of rock and roll and touring. I think I saved him a lot of heartache, as far as, not that I was a bad girl on the road, but just being on the road and not being able to connect.
Yeah.
You know,
especially back then. Now it's a little bit, you got FaceTime and you got all these different things. Back then it was, I'll find a payphone.
Yes, 1988, no cell phone. So I did him a favor, in my opinion, but it's hard for me to like say that with a straight face, knowing that literally the day before, and I'm sure he was thinking, oh, my girlfriend's, going out on the road. This is awesome. She's got a record deal. He was a musician too. So, this is so cool. And then I broke up with him.
Bitch.
That bitch. Wow. Who does she think she is? But anyway, so him and Gary they worked together back then. They were really good friends. They were in a band together before Gary was in Extreme. So Gary and I go way back. And so when he saw me, he was performing, and I know he did these, like, he's such a great performer. And then he had his mic stand and he made it a point to come right to me, and he like put his mic stand out right to me. And it was just really, really cute. And I really appreciate that, because it was really nice to just know that we do go way, way back, and we've done well enough to be still touring and rocking and rolling like we love. How about that?
Vixen, it's been, you girls are literally touring. I mean, with Slaughter, Lita Ford. I mean, you're playing with some great acts. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, we're really fortunate. I mean, people are really digging what we're doing.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy about that. I mean, the shows have been great. People, and I've been saying this all summer, I want people to sing the songs with me. These songs are 35 years in the making. Like, I mean, people know these songs. I want you singing with us, and they're singing. And I love that. And it feels really, really good to, I don't take my role in this band lightly. I definitely want to do the best I can do to honor the songs and to honor the vocals of the songs and do my best. Having said that, though, I'm Lorraine Lewis.
Yeah.
So, I sing the songs like I do, and with my vocal range and with my vocal quality. And but I still really do my best to honor, certain phrases, or try to hit certain notes the way that they were originally recorded, and really want to give the fans an experience that they're going to remember and that they're going to appreciate. And then at the same time, I do what I do, which is I rock and roll, and I am a performer to the max.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand there and sing pretty and soft and sweet. I'm in your face, and it's a rock show. So let's go.
I was going to ask you, is crying Crying a hard song because of the range?
It's not really a hard song, I don't think. No, I don't think that's a hard song. I would say the harder ones are, you know, Edge of a Broken Heart can be challenging because you've got the key change. Back in the 80s, bands did a lot of key change modulations. And so it's like, it's like, all great. And then, oh shit, now here we go. 3 steps.
I got you over here.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. So no, crying is a fairly, I don't want to say easy. It's fairly in my range, and I love singing it, and I love connecting with the people on that. And that's when I usually do tell the people how much I appreciate them coming to the shows, and that they are a part of the tribe, and I don't take that for granted at all. I love that they're showing up, and they seem to really dig this lineup and what we're doing. So, not everybody though. Not everybody loves me. That's okay. You can't.
Yeah. Ditto. I know the feeling.
Yeah, it's really okay. I mean, I am in this, and I love it, and I feel grateful and honored to be keeping the legacy alive.
Yeah.
When David Lee Roth left Van Halen, I wasn't a fan of Sammy, to be honest with you. I've always been David Lee Roth all the way. So I understand the mindset of a fan wanting things to stay the same for the rest of eternity. But at the same time, what's Roxy supposed to do? Stop?
Yeah.
Like, no, like, she's a rock and roll star. Like, there's no way, there's no ending in sight for her. And so, we just got to keep going and doing what we're doing, which leads me to, I'm so flipping excited about releasing the single.
Yeah.
Yes. So excited.
With the video.
Yes, the video. And you haven't seen anything or heard anything yet, right?
I actually have.
But
no, I haven't.
So Britt shared it?
No.
Oh, you have people? You have people. I won't get them in trouble, but well, good. So you love it, and it's amazing. Have you seen the video?
No. I know one of the cars you borrowed for the
copy.
Yeah.
Copy that. Yeah, it's
nothing but great reviews.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The video is so flipping cool, and it's fresh, and it's now, and it's new, and it's me singing, and it's me and the girls, and doing our thing.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really excited for people to see it. So we're about 30 days away.
I know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'll have this drop probably right before then. So we'll really push it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited because, it's just going to feel good to have something fresh that is all of us that are in the band.
Sure.
It just, and the future looks bright. So.
Well, I interviewed the bass singer for the R&B group, The Spinners, and there's only one founding member still alive. But I mean, when Jesse joined, there was 3, but now there's only 1. And they just released a new album with all new tracks, and they feel the same way. It's like, we still honor the old stuff.
Of course.
Because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it's nice to build new music.
Yes. And the legacy is what got us here.
Yeah. And
now let's keep it going. And there's no reason why we shouldn't keep it going. And people are digging it. And we are performers, man. I mean, it sounds great. It looks great. And it is a party, and it is fun. So I'm excited for people to come to the shows. I feel really proud to be a part of this, for sure.
I'm going to ask you, out of all the places you've been, because I know you just went to Germany and I think Sweden. Mm-hmm. What's the most influential place you've been to?
When you say influential how?
Yes. However. For whatever reason. It doesn't have to be for Vixen or music, but like, you visit a place. I've heard, and I'm trying not to give you too much because I've heard the most random answers that I never would have expected.
Influential.
Yeah.
That could mean a whole bunch of different things, but what comes to mind for me, well, there's a bunch of things that come to mind. Influential, Brazil was influential.
There you go.
Brazil was amazing. And amazing, why? Because amazing, the fans were amazing. The fans love the music. The fans know every effing word. And they don't hold back. They were drowning me out. I mean, they were so powerful and so great. I love that. And that influenced me to a point where, why aren't we doing this in the States?
Yeah.
You know, what is it about Americans that like, we're too cool? We don't know the words that have been around for 35 years. Like, what is it? Is it that you're so mesmerized by my performance that you're tongue-tied? Like, what is it? I don't really know exactly. So, but because going to Brazil and hearing how it can be, that planted a seed. And that's really important to me. I want people to be singing these songs, because when you're at a show and you're singing, you feel like you're even more of a part of it. And I want people to feel what that's like to be a part of what we're doing. So I've been mentioning it in almost every interview, and I'm seeing it happen. I'm seeing it happen. You know, the last few shows that we did, people were really singing. And I do say it from the stage, you know, I want to hear you, you know, sing with me. And I put the mic out and all this stuff. And, you know, I'm not trying to avoid doing the song or doing the notes. No, I want you to feel what it feels like to be a part of the band, what it feels like to be a part of us, which is exactly what these people are. They're a part of us. As I say on stage, there is no us without you. And I really mean it. You know, I get emotional thinking about it. The fact for people to show up at shows, when I personally think it's such a pain in the ass sometimes to go to a show, to drive to a show, to stand in line, to wait hours, to be on your feet, you're wearing high heels because you want to look cute for the guy that you're with. I mean, the list goes on. And then you're in 110-degree heat. I mean, I give it up for people that come to the shows. I mean, there is no us without you. And I love people for showing up. And so I want them to feel a part of the unity of what that means, that they showed up. I want them to walk away.
I got two takes on that. I had a friend that played a band, and he hated playing in LA.
Yeah.
Because it was he always said it was full of industry people or people that got free tickets. They didn't really want to be there anyways. So he didn't like playing the shows in LA.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, my wife, we went to one of the last Olivia Newton-John concerts. You couldn't take my wife away. I mean, that's her all-time favorite, all-time. And so she knew every word to every song. And she was singing at the table and all that. We were in Vegas at the residency there. And we had somebody tell her to be quiet because she wanted to hear Olivia. And we're like, well,
yeah,
I'm not trying to ruin your experience. I'm just trying to enjoy mine.
Exactly. And I think Olivia probably loved that she was singing.
Yeah. Well, almost everybody was singing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do. I went and saw Diana Ross recently. Same thing. Yeah. Like those songs, they mean something. They take you back. They're important. Elton John, like we were all singing, you know, it's magical. So yeah, I love it. I love it when people sing, and I want them to sing their hearts out. And I just want them to enjoy the experience to the fullest. And I think that that's a big part of it, is just singing your guts out and just enjoying it. And then I'm going to probably stage dive and I was
going to ask you about the crowd surfing and what exactly it takes to get Lorraine Lewis to crowd surf.
How much effing fun was that?
That was insane.
First of all, if you know anything about me and anything about my music career, just anything about me in general, I'm pretty fearless. I don't.
You got married 4 times.
Right. That says a lot. Exactly. People after 1 and 2 would be like, I don't know about this. Oh, let's jump in.
Yeah. What the hell?
I'm fearless. I always hope for the best. I'm always looking for the best outcome. I don't see the worst outcome of things. I always see the best. And I'm pretty fucking fearless, and I want to live life to the fullest. And you know,
not many women singers are going to go crowd surfing at Wacken.
Correct. But I did, and I am probably one of the first to do so. And and I am really, really glad that I did. I would do it again in a second. You know, I didn't plan it. I didn't plan it at all. I did crowd surf in Brazil as well.
Okay.
But I didn't plan it. I just knew that two things. The crowd felt very far away. You know, they're very good at crowd control. And so that from the stage to the barricades and the people, it felt really far. And I'm the kind of performer, like I like to be belly to belly with the people.
Sure.
You know, I'm really about the people. And so there was twice that I even went out and I had security like pick me up and put me out, like up on the barricade, because I just wanted to touch people and like, we're here, we're all together, like, let's do this. And so I did that once. And then when I went back out again, just the little voice was like, yeah, we're doing this. And I didn't say a word to anybody. I just turned my back and they knew what to do. And I was like, let's go. And we went and it was a blast. And then I realized I wanted to go further and I realized I had to get back for the next song.
You're like, oh, I got to go back.
Yeah, I got to get back. And so I was like, oh shit, I got to get back. And so I started doing this like hand motion, like da da da. But it all really worked out. And, you know, I've had a lot of people ask me, like, did guys like grab you? Did they grab your crotch and all of this? And no, they didn't. I mean, you know, you had hands all over you. And even if they did, who fucking cares? Like, yeah. I don't care. This is a rock and roll show, motherfuckers. Like, I don't care. Like, it's rock and roll. Don't like the things that people think. It's like so prudish. It's like, this is rock and roll. Like we're, yeah, you know, but the truth is nobody did anything weird. They were just respectful and awesome and didn't drop me.
That's the key.
That's the key.
You don't want to get lost in the crowd once you get dropped.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want to get dropped, but no, I knew. I tested the water. I laid back a little bit. All hands were on my back. They knew what to do. Yeah. It was great. It was the most fun. It was so fun. I would love to do it again and again and again. Yeah, I have. That's one of the great moments of 2023 for sure.
That whole concert looked like it was just it looked like everyone had a good experience there.
Yeah, it was pretty great. The footage that they have from that show sounded great. We had a blast. You could tell we were having a blast. The production, the direction, I don't even know, you know, how they pull that
logistics off. Yeah.
You know, I'm really good friends. I haven't talked with Marty in a while, but Marty Callner, who famous for Tawny Katane in the White Snake videos, a very famous video director, and
your videos.
And my videos as well. And also he wrote, produced, directed that show Hard Knocks on HBO.
Okay.
Yeah, Marty Callner has a very, very deep career. But he why am I bringing up Marty right now?
You were talking I don't know if you were going to go into the new video. I didn't know if you were going to go with the crowd.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, let's move on.
For some reason, I needed to bring up Marty Callner's name. Maybe because Marty Callner, Tawny Katane. Yeah. Hi, Marty. Love you, Marty. Hope to talk with you soon.
I'll make sure to tag him in the post then.
Okay. Oh, funny.
So now that I know you've been married and almost divorced 4 times, I was going to ask you, how has been traveling and being on the road affected relationships? Like you have to go out of your way to make sure that you go see your family, your sister and all that, you know, that takes effort. Like you were just traveling and the first thing you have to do is go travel to see your sister in Portland. How has it affected other relationships?
Well, plain and simple, it destroys them. Plain and simple. Look, here's the thing. I need to date a rock star. Plain and simple. That's it. I need to be with someone that understands. I need to be with somebody that gets it. Like you said, you get off the road, you just want to stay home. Wifey, God love her, but she wants to go out because she's been at home all week. I need someone that's going to get it and that is going to just, you know, I get home, we stay in bed for 2 days before we do anything else. We order room service. We don't do anything. We just stay put. And yes, it can be really challenging. I don't know about the other girls, and I won't speak for them. We all have stories. I can only speak for myself, but I will say, yes, it's challenging for sure.
Well, Britt told me she's very, very single too. So
it again?
Britt told me she's very, very single as well.
Correct. So yeah, my last relationship, just, he couldn't stand it. Didn't like it for various reasons. Just didn't trust me. Just mind starts wandering. And he would come out on the road sometimes, and it just got weird.
Yeah.
He kind of, it didn't work for him. And it's who I am. And when my mother was passing away 2 years ago, it was really significant in the fact that I wasn't confused. I just was trying to keep the relationship happy and me still be in Vixen and do what I was loving doing. And I didn't really know how to do that. And my mother had not spoken. I went to visit her. She was on her last day. She hadn't spoken for the whole week I was there. So the last 2 days, I was kind of just sitting with her and stroking her hand. And all of a sudden she sat up and she looked at me and she said, "So, are you still performing?"
Nice.
And that was my answer. I'm not supposed to quit. Like, if anybody has to go, he has to go, I mean, I have to be me. This is who I am. My mom knows who I am. My mom knew who I was before that marriage, or the third marriage, or the second, or the first. So mommy knew me. Mommy knows me. So that was my sign. And that gave me so much strength to do what I needed to do, which was, we just need to go our separate ways. And I wish you well. And we're almost on the other side of that. So yeah, I need to be with somebody that gets it for sure, so that there's not the mind games and just the
tough. I mean, everybody I talk to on my shows in a similar level, one way or the other.
Yeah, same. You just have to have somebody that understands. And I want somebody that thinks I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, I want somebody
who doesn't think you're cool.
Oh, trust me.
I don't trust you.
Okay. Well, you can trust me, but yeah, I want somebody that just thinks I'm the shit, that thinks I'm cool, that looks at me on stage and goes, "That's my girl. She's a badass. She's amazing. And she's down to earth and she's cool. And we have fun and we get each other." That's what I want. I just want something just cool.
Do you think, is it going to be difficult, or is it difficult to start a relationship while you're traveling quite a bit? Because it's like you want that guy to figure out how you are, but then, hey, by the way, I'll see you in a week.
They're just going to have to know coming in.
Yeah.
They have to Google, for God's sakes. They got to Google. They got to go to the Vixen website and go, "Oh, wow, she was gone, 4 dates this year," and they have to do the math, and they have to decide if they can handle something like that.
How many shows do you think you'll have in 2023 when it's all done?
Oh, I think it's close to 35, 40. Yeah.
Gotta be at least that, right?
Probably.
Your summer, you were busy in the summer.
Yeah, because last year we had about 24. So I know that this year's been more.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that 2024 is even more.
Yeah, with the new when's the new song coming out? About a month. So
that's October 1st. Rocktober 1st.
Got it.
Yes. So I feel really optimistic about the future for sure. But yeah, somebody's gonna have to hang with that,
Off the relationship section. So I think it's super key, and I love watching your videos when you come home, because you are doing Pilates. My wife is a Pilates instructor, so we have a reformer in the back room. So
no way.
But how important is fitness, diet? Because when you're on the road, your rider might be getting nicer, but I mean, it's tough to eat clean
Yeah, it gets weird out there.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm borderline vegan. I think the label for me is pescatarian, although I only eat fish like maybe once or twice a month. I mean, I just don't. I'm
Call
a
that a
big fan.
chegan.
What
A chegan.
is that, cheese?
A cheating vegan.
I'm a chegan. That's funny as hell. That's what I am. So yeah, it's challenging. You know, you go to the middle of America, it's all whole milk and
Fried
you
foods.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. So I always have little snackies with me. I have certain bars that I take with me, or I have some nuts and things like that, or emergency food just in case there's
Yeah.
nothing. But I'll tell you, almost everywhere in the country has a Starbucks. And thank goodness for Starbucks. Egg bites, yum. Because I
Yeah.
do eggs.
I do the
Egg
egg bites.
bites, yum, yum, yum. I will do eggs. And a matcha with oat milk, yum, yum, yum. Soy latte, extra hot, single shot of a grande. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about Starbucks. When there's a Starbucks, you would never see 4 girls that are happier. It is crazy. We get so like teenager, like we get, you know, oh, there's a Starbucks. Let's go. Yeah. Starbucks rules.
So you always got a meal.
Yes. So yeah, but it can definitely be challenging. And then sometimes they'll say that they have a vegetarian meal for me. And yeah, ew.
I don't know.
They try hard, but yeah, just weird. And you can't, like, you really can't find oat milk, you know, because I travel with matcha with me and I want it in oat milk and eat all it's whole milk everywhere.
I
So,
do the same thing.
it's
But
rough.
I interviewed Rebecca from Got Matcha, and actually I interviewed her prior to even knowing Brittany.
Oh, wow.
It's totally random how that worked out.
Love it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Rebecca. Rebecca's amazing.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I really love the matcha. I am addicted to Brit Lightning's matcha. And I also am addicted to Starbucks matcha, and you can't get it except for through Amazon. So I just got a shipment yesterday for the road.
I've been taking it on the road with me. I stopped at Rebecca's place last time, and Tulsi. I interviewed Tulsi too, her husband, and
Yeah.
but I was asking because when I travel, I'm stuck in a hotel for 3, 4, 5 days, and then like I work the rodeo in Vegas. It's 16 days.
Wow.
I'm at the MGM hotel for 16 nights,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
I don't want to eat the food downstairs every morning
I
or
know.
every night and
I
every
know.
lunch. So I tried that. She has that replacement meal one powder.
Yep.
I've been doing that.
I have the replacement meals. I have the bars. They're super yummy.
Yeah.
They're really great. I just finished one yesterday. Yeah, but I try to have little stuff with me. And also though, you know, I can't eat a big meal before I go on stage anyway. I just kind of graze up to showtime, and then after show I'll have a decent meal usually. But yeah, I can't go out on stage. I can't go out on stage without my leathers and my jackets and my faux leathers and all my stuff and my rings. And I can't go out on stage with a full belly. No, it is not. That to me is not rock and roll.
That is not rock and roll.
It is not rock and roll. No, eating is not rock and roll for me. Eating is afterwards when you're celebrating and, you know, or you're in bed relaxing on your days off. That's when you eat.
So, I've noticed that you seem to have a lot of fun with Julia.
I do. I love Julia.
Not the
One of the
kindred
reasons-
spirit.
One of the reasons is because we're both Libras.
Oh, okay.
We are Libra sisters. I'm really close with everybody in the band.
Yeah.
I have a special bond with Britt because she's an Aquarian and I'm a Libra, and we're really compatible. But Julia and I, yeah, it's the Libra sister thing, man. I know it sounds weird, but we really connect. Like so many similarities between the two of us. You know, if there's
That's a good thing.
3 pairs of shoes and we're shopping, we can narrow it down to 2. But trying to get us to decide on one, impossible. So many times somebody will say, where do you want to go, to us? And we just laugh. It's like, you know, we can't make a decision. Like, It's really funny. Or we'll be like when we've been on the cruise, just me and her trying to figure out where we're going. Ridiculous. She doesn't have a clue where we're going. I don't have a clue where we're going. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, she's just an amazing person, amazing soul. She bites a little harder than I do, which I actually love because she's on a Scorpio moon. I'm very easygoing and very, very sweet. It takes a lot to get my claws to come out. They're there though. I've got them.
Don't find out.
But she's a little quicker, and she would be the first to admit it. She's a little bit quicker to like put you in your place and like, whoa, buddy. That's partly why I've been married so many times.
I was gonna say.
Because I just
could have brought the claws out a little quicker.
Yeah, I just go with the flow, and I'm just like, I'm very loyal, and I'm always optimistic and hoping for the best. And sometimes it's not really the best, but I just kind of paint a picture like it's the best. So yeah, I do that shit. So she'll be like, no, put somebody in their place right away, and fuck this shit. Da, da, da. And I'm just like more like.
Are you learning more Portuguese from her?
I wish. No, half the time I can't understand a word she says. She messes up words all the time. It's so adorable though, and she's so effing beautiful that you just laugh, and I'm entertained by her constantly, because she just comes up with these crazy things, and you're like, huh? She just chooses the wrong word.
You just gotta learn calma. Just it means stay calm, but calma.
Yeah. She just comes up with some interesting choices of what she thinks the word is. And I don't know, she just makes me laugh a lot. I laugh a lot with her. I laugh a lot with all the girls. Everybody's got their own thing. I really would love to do a reality show with all four of us.
I was going to ask you, like, you actually know people that know people that know people.
I do. I do. I think that it would be really a blast. The thing with reality TV, though, is that you have to really be willing, and I know this from Ex-Wives of Rock, you really have to be willing to put it all out there. Is that's, and if you aren't, then it's not for you. You know what I mean? We dove into some pretty heavy subjects with Ex-Wives of Rock, Athena flatlining and all the stuff, and her journey. And that's why it worked, in my opinion. But you have to be willing to put it all out there. Not everybody's willing to do that, I don't think.
But it could be not. My daughter worked for an incredibly famous family.
Yes.
And they had the reality show, and she saw the behind the scenes kind of end of it. And it wasn't scripted, but it was. To get 4 or 5 people together, you have to plan that out.
If you're going to have a conversation about what Julia did last week, you have to stage it somehow. So there's staging that goes on, otherwise you don't have a show. So it's not really scripted, but also the writers, there are writers on these shows, and they get together to figure out what the arc of the story is, and where are we going, where is this character going, what is going on with her. With Athena, it was a lot about James Kotak and her marriage ending, and her getting her groove back, so to speak, because she was like the newest one that was getting divorced. The other girls had kind of already been there, done that, and so it was like they were there to help her through her journey of getting her divorce. So it worked.
You can have some fun arcs, playing with Lita Ford and playing with some, as you're touring. That'd be kind of a cool little.
It'd be really cool. I was actually working on
guest stars would be phenomenal.
I was working on a reality show for Lita it's probably been 6 years. It was when she had just left her marriage and was getting going again. And I was trying to get something off the ground. I did a bunch of interviews with her, etc. But I would love to do something, with us and Lita, and just women in rock being on the road together.
Yeah.
Showing behind the veil of what really goes on,
But that would be pretty cool, because there's not as many as there should be.
Yeah.
There's enough good ones out there that it would be entertaining.
Let's do it, Peter. What are we waiting for? Come on.
We're waiting for the WGA to come to terms.
Yeah, gosh, it's been going on quite a while. I thought it would be over by now, but
Get the update from my neighbor. He's a paramedic on sets, and he's not working either, even though he's not part of that union. But
wow.
he hasn't worked in 3 months, 3.5 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Really long time. Yeah, it's a little bit slow at Renegade 83. That's a production company I work for, but we still have shows coming. I mean, I just cast a show. Oh my God, it's going to be great. It's a dating show and it's for plus size people because all we see is slender people on these shows.
Yeah,
and so we have a group of hot models and influencers and amazing people that are like 280 to 350 and just amazing. And I think it's going to be a really great show. The stuff that came out of their mouths in these interviews was unbelievable. Gold, just amazing. So that was really fun to do. And then I am working on this couples survival show, which is going to be interesting as well. The couples have to have some kind of problems, like maybe they're stagnant, they feel their relationship is stagnant, or they're actually having some issues that they're hoping, they go to this remote area and live off the land, competing for a grand prize, hoping that they strengthen their relationships.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Here's my one idea for a reality TV show. Give a millennial $1,000. You have to start in LA.
Mm-hmm.
They have to end up in Miami, but they can't use or have a cell phone.
Love it.
How would they do it? Because we used to do it.
How are they going to do it? Wow.
So no GPS. No, getting a plane ticket on your phone, no credit card, no PayPal. How would you get somewhere?
Old school.
Well, that's what I mean, because I've talked to many, Steve Stevens and some of the other people that have been touring since the 80s and all that. And we used to go to places and not know. Now you can look up and you got street views, you know exactly where you're turning. Before it was like,
I have no idea how we did it. How did we do it?
No GPS.
How did you even accept a date with someone? How did we do it? I can't remember. I keep thinking about college. Like, how did that work? I don't remember.
I know.
A guy wanted to go out with you. He comes to your door. Like, I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah, we'd call you. You wouldn't pick up. We'd leave a message on the answering machine. You'd be listening to it at the time. Exactly. And we would go, God, I hope she heard it. Is she going to get back to me in time? I got to stay by the phone. Get off the phone. I'm expecting a call, right? All that stuff.
Yeah. You never know if you're going to hear back.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did it. We survived it, obviously.
And then I'd get your address and I'd be like, okay, let me get out my map book and find out where Livingston Lane is. And okay, it's E3.
Wow.
Right.
And still we have problems communicating and showing up late and making returns.
GPS, as an outside salesperson, the GPS with the alternate routes when there's accidents, it's a lifesaver for me.
It's a lifesaver.
Going through LA, I just got to get out of LA. My territories, I have from San Francisco down to Calexico, down to the border, and then I have Hawaii. But just getting out of LA, it's like, okay, take the 605 to the 105 to the 710 to the 10 over to the 57 up to the 215. It's like, okay.
I have a tendency to get lost in my hotel. So I do. It's embarrassing as all hell. I just kind of go to my room. I always take a photo of my room number.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
2 martinis in, you never know. I mean, there's been moments in Vegas, it's like, I don't know my room number. I'm at the front desk trying to explain, I don't know my room number. I don't know where to go. I mean, yeah. Oh, and I have no ID on me either. Oh, great. Anyway, but yeah, I take a photo. I unload all my stuff. And then maybe I'm going to go down to the bar. I'm going to meet the girls or something. And I just walk out and I usually just turn right.
Yeah.
Whether I just don't. And then I do that. And then I look around, I'm like, oh, this isn't quite right. And I just, takes me a good 48 hours. And by then we're gone.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it's weird when I go to Vegas for 16 days for the rodeo. At the second week, it becomes my home. It's like,
Yeah.
I know exactly where I'm going. I know where to park. I know where to, I mean,
But those first few days.
yeah. Especially, I've been doing it this will be, I think, my 14th rodeo. So, and we always stay, 13 times we stayed at the MGM. So the hallways all look exactly the same.
Same. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know this side of you. So what do you do at the rodeos?
I sell Western clothing. So I work for Stetson, Roper.
Got it.
And Saratelli hats and the Justin jewelry. So I sell all the goods. Like right now, I'll be out selling summer of 2024 apparel.
Cool.
And then cowboy hats are pretty much the same, but and cowboy boots are pretty much. But so we set up 4 days of setup. We set up 9 different booths. I work at last couple of years I worked at the Mandalay Bay. And then we worked for 10 days. We worked from 9 in the morning to about 5. The rodeo's at night, and I don't go to it because I don't want to. It's just more. But we go to good concerts. Last year I saw George Strait. I saw Luke Bryan. A couple of years ago I saw Toby Keith.
Nice.
Yeah. So we always try. I'm going to go see some fights. There's some MMA fights going on this year.
Nice. Why don't you go to the rodeo? What you don't like the?
I've gone to the rodeo, but so it's sitting in traffic. Because it's at the Thomas and Mack Center, UNLV, and so you sit in 45 minutes of traffic to go 3 miles.
Yeah.
Then you sit down, you watch the rodeo, then you have to get back in car, and 10,000 people are leaving at the same time. So it's 45 minutes, and I can look at my hotel. I wanted to walk, but
wow.
And then like we went and saw George Strait. He doesn't start till after the rodeo ends, which is about 9:30.
Right.
So he's doing a 3-hour set.
Yeah.
And he's not crowd surfing. Let's just say that. So at around midnight, and you've worked 10, 15 straight days.
Over it. Yeah.
Look over, and the 3 guys I was with were all kind of like dozing. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Long day.
Which again, it goes back full circle. This is why I love it when people show up to the shows.
Yeah.
Because it's a pain in the ass to go to a show.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass to go
Even with free tickets.
Yeah, it's challenging. It takes a lot of effort. So yeah, when I say to the crowd, thank you, and thank you for being here. I mean it. It comes from a really honest place because it's not easy. I mean, they're doing the rainbow party on Sunday. I really want to go, but that means driving from the desert out there. I don't think that's happening.
I might go.
Well, if you're going to go, then I have to go.
But no. But I mean, it was like when you played out in Palm Springs, I'm like, hey, honey, do you want to go? And she's like, it's going to be 110 outdoors. We're not spending the night. So it's a 3-hour drive. Each way. And in 110.
I know.
She's from Vegas, so she's not adverse to the heat, but
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I really do want to go to this party. I mean, Slaughter's playing, and I kind of want to go, but I don't think I'm willing to do the drive. And I don't like to drive.
The drive.
I don't drive. I really don't drive. I have a car, but I don't drive. I Uber everywhere. And so
it'd be an expensive Uber.
Yeah, well, actually it's not that bad. I Ubered to
on Labor Day weekend.
I Ubered to San Diego to my dentist in San Diego.
Did you?
Because I refused to drive. And it was only $155 each way. Now, that might sound like a lot. However, if you do a flight, it's at least that, because I've flown too, because I don't want to drive. I'm not going to fucking drive. So I fly to LA, and that's usually, I mean, you can go on Priceline, and sometimes you can find a flight round trip for $275. So that's great. Or they do those mystery flights that you like pay for now, and then you find out what time you're leaving later. I do those. But I felt like, $155 each way plus a tip, well worth it. And also the beauty of that, was I was working on a new TV show. It was a skincare show for E! Network. I was able to sit back,
And
make my
work.
phone calls. I made so many phone calls that day and got that show off to the best start. So yeah, I'm not opposed to Ubering
But
anyway.
we don't call that an Uber. We call that a limo ride.
Yes.
See, that sounds more rock star.
Yes, it was a black car service.
There you go.
Yeah, way sexier.
And then some.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
We
But
won't.
It
I'll
really kind of was an Uber, but yes.
I'll cut
But
this. I'll cut the Uber part out.
yeah, but typically, yeah, I love a black car service. I've got them in my phone. Black lane. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I love
Really
that.
don't like to drive.
I really don't like to drive. I want to be driven. If you're going to date me, you need to know this. I don't drive. You come to me, or you fly me, or you send me a black car. That's it. That's how I roll these days.
Well, see, this will work as a Match.com kind of thing here. We're putting all the requirements to date Lorraine Lewis out.
We are, because like I say, the ink is almost dry. I can't wait till I get to change my Facebook status. I am literally just waiting. I really am just waiting till it's so that I can be respectful, and then and we'll see what happens.
So that would take crowd surfing to a whole nother level.
I can't wait, and we will see who shows up. We will see who
Exactly.
shows up. We will see who reaches out to me once the cat is out of the bag.
Wow. That between the video it'll go viral, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And Mama Bear be looking hot in that video. I'll just tell you that right now.
I've heard.
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, I went on a juice fast for 5 days before. Oh yeah, I've got all the tricks. I do all the Hollywood stuff.
The leather was not so tight that time.
I do it all. I'm very much into pop culture. I'm very much into all the tricks of the trade. I mean, I saw a comment, somebody said something that I saw on YouTube or something about me being plastic boobs, fake face or something like that. And it's like, so
I was like, that's not, I don't know.
Whatever. First of all, let me say, I got my boobs done in 1980, 80 rocker boobs. Howard Kaufman bought me my boobs. True story. True story. I went into a meeting with Howard Kaufman to potentially be my manager. My day-to-day girl, Andrea Accardo, may she rest in peace. She was amazing. She told me, you're going to have this meeting with Howard. Don't be hurt or surprised if it's like a 5 or 10 minute.
You need boobs.
She didn't say that, but she said, just, he might just meet with you for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't be offended. He's a very busy man, blah, 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 blah. I walked in there. I was wearing from Goodwill. I had a really tight, I remember it was kind of copper color shirt. I had cut off jeans, cowboy boots. My hair was bigger than life.
Yeah.
I was in his office for about an hour and a half. We had the best effing time. We just talked rock and roll. We talked about my dreams, all this stuff. We had so much fun. And then I left. And when I got home, obviously I didn't have a cell phone. So I guess I picked up the phone and answered the phone. And she said, Howard wants to represent you. She said, but he has a question. I was like, okay, ask me. She said, he wants to know if he buys you a chest, will you wear it? And I said, fuck you, I'll wear it. My dream. Are you kidding? Yes. Boobies in LA, Hollywood, absolutely. So yeah.
My wife and I, we watch old episodes of The Love Boat, and we comment. My wife has fake boobs as well, real boobs, I guess. I don't know, store bought. But in the Love Boat era, not a lot of big boobs and no bras.
Perky little things, yes. Lots of what?
That's just the way
on TV.
Everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the 80s boobs, so I will say. But yeah, that was cool for me. I come from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Like a manager like Howard Kaufman wants to buy me boobs. Amazing. Like, it's like the red carpet rolled out, of course I said yes. And so when people say that stuff, I mean, I really don't care. I often say, and I've said this to the band, everything about me is fake except for my heart. I'm pretty grounded. I've got a big heart, but I don't really care if you think I'm old or I'm plastic or I'm just doing me.
I just heard this week. There's an actor, Tom Holland, and they said, how do you deal with people that are hating? He goes, if you have a problem with me, text me, call me, let's meet up. He goes, and if you don't have my phone number, then I don't care about what you say about me, because we're not close enough for me to care about it.
Exactly. So. Yeah, I just get over yourselves. People with the negative comments on social media is so out of control. I don't know why people do it. I have never once written something hateful or negative about anyone. The stuff you see about Vince Neil, his voice and all this stuff. And, it's like, why do people do that? Why do they feel the need to jump on the bandwagon? He's doing the best he can, like either dig the songs, go to the shows, or don't go to the shows. Don't watch. I don't know. Like
I'll tell you something. I was Tawny Kitane's last interview before she passed away.
Wow.
My show hadn't aired when she passed away. I was going to air that the following Monday. She passed on a Thursday night, I think. And I contemplated not doing the show and not releasing it because, like, we ended up talking, become friends, and we were DMing each other and all that. And then I put it out. I'm like, it's kind of cool. It's going to be like her kids can listen to this, that type of thing. I had the nastiest fucking comments. I had people, and you can go on my YouTube page. She's good worm food now. She was never the prettiest Vixen. She was never the greatest. I mean, I'm just like, she just passed away.
Wow.
People are publicly putting her down.
Wow.
And I'm like, my first thought was, I'm going to delete those comments. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep those comments because you have to own it now.
Yeah.
Because in 5 years, when people look you up, say, why would you say that about her? Oh, I was just joking. I didn't, no.
Yeah, not funny, not cool. I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know why you would say that. First of all, Tawny Kitane, iconic. First of all, icon.
And a super nice person.
Nice person, super cool chick. People are just out of control with just saying and doing whatever they think. And I
love the same comments you got.
Yeah. I'm
fillers and hair and boobs and
and the flip side of that is, okay, let's go all natural. Let's not use any Botox. Let's not do any of this stuff. Then they're going to comment about how old and awful you look. I mean, it's just, you just can't win.
Right.
So I do what makes me happy, what feels good for me. And that's end of story. And I'm going to keep going to my Pilates classes and taking selfies in there and flirting with the boys and taking any opportunity to take a selfie and post the good ones. And I just be me.
You throwing those ropes might scare the guys away though. Right.
No, I'm pretty badass. I'm pretty strong.
That gets you the whip action. That might be little Dom there.
I know. I have secrets. No,
not anymore.
I know. No, I'm really fun. That's all I will say. I am really fun. I am like the best girlfriend. I am a blast. I laugh a lot. I'm super sexy. I'm super fun.
Oh, this is definitely going on our Match.com thing here.
Oh gosh. I did Tinder back in December. Britt put me on there. I went on a few dates. Here's the thing with me. I get attached really easily. So that kind of didn't work out because it's like, you go on a date and I'm like, oh, they like me. Yay. And then like they ghost you. And I'm like, that doesn't feel good. Yeah. So that doesn't feel very good. So yeah, I stopped all that. Yeah. We'll see what happens. When we were on the cruise, it was kind of the joke that I was looking for husband number 5.
Doing
But
the Elizabeth Taylor action.
my sisters won't let me get married again, though. But I will say I have a bunch of tattoos on my fingers. Is the only place that I have tattoos. But my ring finger, I have nothing. I have nothing. I don't know why exactly there's nothing, but I'm so hopeful because I believe in love.
See? So Elizabeth Taylor, we'll just go.
How many did she have? 8?
No, I think 5 or 6. You're right there.
I'm right there. I'm old school.
It's attainable.
Pop culture. Yeah. I think, when I pass, I'll say she, in the news, it'll be, she was married 4 times or 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm funny. Yeah. And I don't look at them like they were, that they were failures, but, just, seasons,
Well, I think that's the hard part. I'm on my second marriage, and I was with my first wife for 18 years. We have two daughters. Took some years in between, then found my last wife, and it's you. There's so many changes between your 20s and your 40s and your 50s, and you find the person that you can go through, but a lot of times you don't.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot to ask. I think it's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot to ask of somebody, to be attached for this whole crazy thing that life is, because life is crazy. Life is all over the place. Life is new experiences and new people, and just you changing and growing and getting into something else that this person isn't into. And it's like, how do you navigate all that? I mean, I just like right now, I'm loving my own rules and doing my own thing. And I'm just loving life. Could
you imagine 10 years ago, going to the Lorraine Lewis of 10 years ago saying, hey, you're going to be crowd surfing at the whack in Germany. Would you have believed it?
Wow. That's really wild to think about. That's really wild to think about. Yeah. 2013. Well, 2013.
That was number 3 or 2?
I was.
Or still on 4?
I was dating 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was with my last husband for 13 years.
That's a good haul.
Before that, I was with him for 13 years. So, that's a lot of 26 years with 2 penises. That's all I'm going to say. Didn't even faze you. Didn't even faze you. But yeah, I'm loyal. I've never cheated on anybody. So 26 years with 2 different men. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely looking.
Poetic pause.
Well done. Impressive.
There you go.
If we were drinking martinis, it might be different.
It wouldn't be poetic at all.
But I'd also have more stories to tell you. But yeah, 2013. So I was on the Monsters of Rock cruise. Had just sold Ex-Wives of Rock. Was really loving the TV space and still do.
Yeah.
But felt like, wow, I made a flipping dream come true. I sold a flipping TV show. That's kind of big.
That's huge.
But yeah,
say 10 years later, I would be crowd surfing in Germany.
Amazing. Who knows what 10 years from now, what's going to be happening?
That's what I say.
That's what I say. You never know what's around the corner. And I am one lucky bitch.
So am I.
Yes, we're lucky.
Yeah.
We're grateful. We're lucky. Bring it. What's next? I'm loving this. Video comes out. It goes viral. We do triple the dates in 2024 that we did in 2023. Everybody's singing the songs. We have sold out shows. We get a tour bus. Who knows what could happen? I write song of the year. Yeah, anything could happen.
If you couldn't perform your song of the year, who would you want to?
Gosh.
Who would you want that to get?
Once I write it?
Yeah. And you're just a songwriter.
Just a songwriter. Probably.
Who would you want to give it to and have a huge hit with that you're going to hear about for the rest of your life?
Miley Cyrus and Dolly Parton.
There you go.
Simple. 100%. Yeah.
Well, they're cousins, right? Aren't they?
They're related on some level. I
Yeah,
just, I love Miley. I think she's amazing. I think she's got a great vibe. I love her voice. I love Dolly. Oh my God, she's like Mother Nature. She's a goddess. She's a queen. She's godlike. And so non-judgmental and loving, and just how cool is she? So yeah, I would love it to be Miley Cyrus and Dolly.
Well, we can make that happen. That's easy.
Let's do that.
You just got to write it.
And yeah, it's in the works. And then I would love to do a duet. And I'm just going to say it. I've said it to the girls. I would love to do a duet with Lou Gramm.
Wow.
I love his voice. I love him. He likes a lot of my photos every once in a while. It's really great to get his attention. But yeah, I have mad respect for him. And
well, you
I would
can make that happen.
I would love that. So just throwing it out there, you know?
So we got to find you a guy. we got to get you your song to Miley. And we got to set up a duet with Lou Gramm.
There you go.
That's a to-do list.
That's my to-do list for 2024. But let's get started now.
Yeah. You got 4 or 5 months left. Come on.
Love it.
It's not like
I love it. Thank you. I had no idea this was going to be therapy for me. I had no idea what I was signing up for. Thank you so much for putting it out there. I'm going to find me a man. I'm going to find me a man that gets me. I'm going to find me a rock star man that understands the
I was
road.
going to say, let's go ahead and put some parameters on it, because finding a man's kind of the easy part. But
I know.
We got to narrow that down.
I know. Actually, somebody contacted me recently. I'm just not a good judge of age either. and
I'm terrible at that.
I always date younger and I marry younger. I mean, I just always, I think I have a young energy, probably. So this guy started messaging me. I was kind of ignoring him for a while. And then I went back and looked at his messages. I was like, oh, he seems really sweet and he's very flattering. And he said something like, you're so amazing, or you're so hot. And he said, you're so divine. And I said, my answer, I said, I am, exclamation mark. I wrote that back in May. I was like, oh my God, I must have been feeling really good that day.
That was like a good hair day.
Yeah, totally. See, that's why you go get the hair in, and then I was like, I'm sweet but sassy, which is very true. Anyway, I just found out 2 nights ago, he's 31. 31.
A little on the young side.
You know what? I'm all about guys in their late 30s, but 31.
My daughter turns 30 in December, so
yeah,
I feel you.
It's young.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the way he looks. He seems really cool. He says all the right stuff.
He uses words like divine, so that's a good thing.
Yep. I like the way that he talks with me and the questions that he asks. And also he sent me one thing that was different that got my attention is that he had asked me a question about how do I balance being on stage and being a rock star and being off stage. Like what do you do to balance you?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, when I'm not on stage, I'm usually in my bed with a ponytail on top of my head. And then I asked him the same question because he actually is touring behind the scenes. And so I asked him the same question. And instead of just texting me something, he actually called through Instagram and sent me one of those voice message things.
Yeah.
He did that. That impressed me. When a man is going to pick up the damn phone and call you and hear your voice and connect on that level, that's sexy. That's hot, super hot. And for the most part, my Tinder experiences have not been
Not so much.
Yeah.
So I met, to give you some hope, I met my now wife on Match. She lived in Las Vegas, but she was moving to LA. So she put LA as her home area. But we talked. I have no game, so beautiful picture on Match, and all I said was great pick. and hit send. So I was like, she'll never get back to me, whatever. And she did. She goes, because you weren't going always hot and sloppy and this and that, how gorgeous and how I'd like to do things with you. It's a great pick. And then we ended up we talked for I think about a month straight, almost every day before we actually met.
Yeah.
So there was no tension of the sex getting in the way.
Yeah.
Let's see if we really get along.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I had a guy message me a couple days ago on Instagram doing the whole hot thing, which I don't mind. I want to hear that I'm hot. I want to hear that I'm gorgeous. I like that. But then the biggest turn off, you ready? So he says, I wasn't engaging really, but then he said, I just saw your picture. You're so hot. He said, I don't know if I'm horny or in love. Yeah. Oh. I shot back. I was like, I said, ew, period, EW, period.
Hold on, Lauren. Let me write that down. What not to say to.
Yeah. Don't use the H word. You are toast. If you use that word to me, you are toast.
And horny, all in the same thing.
Awful. So I said, ew. I said, that is the worst word in the human language. I was like, I was so turned off. And so he said, what word? And I said, the H word. And then I just gave it to him. I was like, ew, like no chance, dude. Like no chance. And then he starts backpedaling. He's like, I'm so sorry that, and I was just like, you're toast. I said, I'm almost done engaging. If you keep engaging with me, I will just simply block you. And then he kind of chilled for a couple of days. And now he's trying to like be nice, but yeah, it's over. Like, I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. But yeah.
I like your post about the smoke show. I actually had to Google that. So that was pretty funny.
Well, because this guy wanted to go out with me. He told Roxy that he was interested, and then he hadn't ever seen me perform, I guess. And he was at one of our shows, and then
you're like, oh shit.
Word came back. He was like, she's a smoke show. Like, I can't yeah. In other words, he just didn't think he could handle it.
I was going to ask you, like, I mean, I would assume to a lot of guys, that's kind of intimidating to have your beautiful blonde hot wife up there with the girls out showing, and crowd surfing.
I guess so.
I could see some guys not digging that.
I think that we should probably do a talk show about this or a podcast about this and ask them so that I know, because I just know how to be me.
That's right.
And I'm a performer through and through. So yeah, if that's too much for somebody, then obviously you're not for me. But I would like to
find out now before number 5.
Yeah, I kind of would like to know. Like, is that intimidating for a guy? Me rocking and rolling on stage, and I mean, I'm not overly provocative on stage. No. I'm not porno style. But I have fun, and it's rock and roll, and it's in your face, and like, I don't know, David Lee Roth used to walk out crotch first. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm here. Like, we're having fun. Like, what's the big deal? So yeah, I might be intimidating for some guys. I was obviously too intimidating for that guy. And that's okay. I'm not for everyone. I've said that before.
Yep.
But hey, I would love a guy that thinks he could handle it, and let's have fun, and let's do red carpets together. And you don't have to be 6 feet tall. You can be, I'm 5'5", you can be 5'6".
Well, you wear cowboy boots, so we got to add 1.25 inches.
Okay.
We'll have to get boots.
I have them on right now, as a matter of fact.
I'll hook them up with boots for you.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have a type. You don't have to be 6 foot tall and weigh, 190 pounds or be buff, or like, I don't have a stereotype. Okay. I like a man that is a gentleman. I like for men to open doors for me. I like men that are not all talk, that actually, if they say they want to see you, that they're going to actually show up, or they're going to send a black car for you. Or they're going to fly you somewhere to rendezvous with them. I like that. I like guys that come through instead of.
My wife has that talk with a lot of her friends that are single.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, he's so far away. And I was like, He'll move mountains if he wants to be with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I would.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, so no weak men apply. And I don't mean, you can be sensitive and you can be soft, but if you can't make up your mind and think that I am worth the effort to hang out with, then you're not for me.
There you go.
Plain and simple.
Done.
Having said that, let's see what happens.
Woohoo!
Woo! Oh, I like you so much, Peter. I'm so glad that we did this. You're super fun.
I super appreciate the time. It's been awesome.
And I don't think that you said that you don't have game, but I feel like you do because you look hella cool. You got your cool hat on.
My wife has reassured me many times that I have no game. Even like when we were dating, she's like, "You had no game." I'm like, "I know." I was married for 18 years, so I was like, with the kids and all that, there was no game for me. Mid to late 80s, I had no game. I was in my late teens, early 20s. There was no game.
When a man says that they have no game for someone like me, that's game. That's hot.
Okay.
So just so you know, just that alone is game to me. That's like so adorable to me.
But yeah, I guess I met her when I was 46 when I met my new wife. So I was just
being you.
I was just shocked. The things that the women are, yeah, it was different. Dating in your 40s versus your 20s was different.
Well, hey, dating, I'll be 65 this month. So yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so they got to be at least 35. And they got to send a car. They got to open the door for me. Let's get in the back. Let's have a driver. And let's just have fun. Let's go drink.
Have a chill glass martini.
Yep.
Mimosa if it's a morning shift.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And let's have fun. Let's laugh.
Wear cowboy boots.
Yeah. Let's go do Pilates if we feel like it. Or I can go by myself. You don't have to do everything I do. I like space.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do jujitsu. And so my wife's like, and she actually encouraged me to go back and start training again. And she does ballet on Saturday mornings, and now I do jujitsu on Saturday mornings. So we kind of go off and then.
Yeah, you do your own thing.
Oh, we roller skate up and down the beach together.
That's
so
awesome. I love that. Yeah, I don't need somebody 24/7 in my space. I love my space. I have a cute little condo. I love my space.
She let me go to, she didn't let me, but she didn't want to go to Britt's birthday party thing. She wasn't feeling good that night. She goes, "Go, have fun."
Yeah. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Not the end of the world.
I can't do this and have some guy like, no, nope. I got to be me. But we'll dive into the dating life of Lorraine another time.
That's a whole different reality show, right?
It really is. But this has been enjoyable. I can sit here for hours. I have to get my eyelashes done.
I know.
I have a 5 o'clock appointment, so it takes me a minute to get there. Yeah. But this has been so fun. Thank you so much on having me on your travel adventure show.
Yeah, I appreciate the time.
I hope that we learned something. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that
I had a blast.
I hope that you walk away knowing a little bit more about me and think I'm even cooler.
Hard to do, but yes.
Oh, I know. I'm funny. I don't take myself too seriously, but I do. Right? But I don't. But I do. But I don't. Yeah, I'm like Eddie Izzard.
Are you sure you're not a Gemini?
No. I am definitely a Libra. Ask Julia. Oh, she'll tell you a story. Oh my God, this is the epitome of me and Julia. We're at the show on the cruise, and Autograph is on stage, and she's next to me. It's just me and her hanging out. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy Bell, he says, oh, we've got Vixen in the house, right? And the lights kind of come on, and Julia hides. And she's like, and I'm,
hi.
I start waving to the crowd. The next time you see Julia, just say something like, Lorraine, is this Lorraine? Just do that.
The parade wave.
It's your idea of who Lorraine is, and she will laugh her ass off and she will tell you the story and she will die, because that is the epitome of Julia versus Lorraine. And we are both Libras, but she was just like, oh, and I was just like, I'm here. Son of Vixen. Yes. Hello. I love it. I love the people. What can I say?
Good evening and good night.
Yeah, I love it.
There you go.
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks, Lorraine. Enjoy your time off. Enjoy your time at home while you have it. Good luck with everything you got going on. I don't even want to reply. What's the best way for my fans to kind of follow you? Is it Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Lorraine Lewis Rocks. My 27,000 follower Instagram got hacked a year ago. I'm almost at 9,000. I'm so excited. But yeah, Instagram, I'm going to be getting my TikTok up to speed a little bit. But Instagram, and I always message people back. It might take me 24 hours, but I always message people back. Even the guy that used the H word. So.
I promise to never use that word.
Don't use that. Ask your wife. Ask your wife what she thinks of that word.
There's a word that starts with the letter M that I'm not allowed to say around her.
M as in mother?
As in, no. I'm not allowed to say it. Damp. A brownie is very moist. So she hates that word.
Oh, I love your wife. Oh my God, that is epic. That is amazing.
That's her word. And it's like,
okay, the M word. Okay, so for her, it's the M word. For me, it's the H word. I also hate the C word.
C word's bad. She knows when I describe somebody with that, it's bad.
You're toast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. The M word is pretty bad too.
See?
Yeah, I get it. But ask her about the H word.
Oh, I would.
She might say, no, that's an okay word for me. But for me, no.
But she worked as a cocktail waitress in Las Vegas for 18 years. She's heard a lot.
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
I love her. I can't wait to meet her.
that'd be fun.
Anyway, thank you so much. I'm going to bug you. I'll probably be DMing you just like Tanya did.
Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your time at home.
Thank you. I will. I'll buzz you when I'm doing something outlandish or really boring.
Either or, all at the same time.
Thanks, Peter.
All right, man. Thanks.
Take care, man. Bye.